believe it, you would be the third youngest to ever qualify for the elites. But you just graduated high school last year, correct?
Shoot,
Was it last year?
I think it's the year before last. No,
okay.
It might.
No, I think it was last year. I thought it was last year.
Don't get me to line. I couldn't tell you when I really don't remember.
That tells me that I will say this. I don't have a problem with youth, but I got a problem that you don't know when you graduate high school because you've been fishing too dang much. I'm just going to say that right now. The folks at Jinko Fishing not only bring you the Low Budget Live podcast, they also bring you all the action, like that amazing rolling action right here in the Don Minnow, and introducing the new Don Senior, the big minnow. It is big minnow season. If you've ever thrown a big profile minnow on a jig head like this, you understand the power it has on big bass, especially in the wintertime. Well, you can pair this up with the new Revolution head that has a 5/0 hook in it. That's the problem with some of these big minnows, is you can't find a jig head with a big enough hook, and now the folks at Jinko have your back with that. They've got that new 5/0 in the Revolution head. At jinkofishing.com, all you got to do is use code LBL20 to save you some money and let them know you're a low-lifer. All right, hang that dadgum banner. The Bassmaster Classic winning aluminum bass snatcher, the Express X21 Pro. They got that new XR21 that I cannot wait to get my hands on, but I love the X21 Pro. It is the standard when it comes to aluminum big old bass boats. 96-inch beam, fastest hole shot in the game with that 250 Yamaha show strap to the back, more tackle storage than you can shake a stick at, and I will assure you it can go this deep, or it can fish out in the middle of the lake in the biggest water you can throw at it. Express boats, they've been building excitement since 1966.
Damn these Biloxi blues, it happens every night.
Every old night.
And I ain't never met a riverboat dealer that could ever be a friend of mine.
No.
Summer heat never treats me kind, it leaves trouble on my mind. So I'm bidding farewell, putting in my notice, and I'll see you at another time. This highway does not know my name, and I don't care.
Nope.
No, I don't care.
I do not care.
Headed my way for another place, and I got 3 good tires and a
Let's
spare.
go right to the hook right here, ladies and gentlemen, right to the hook.
Just a white line gypsy getting out of Mississippi with just enough gas to get there.
Low Budget Live, the not so live variety from the Low Budget Live Bar and Grill here in beautiful southern middle Tennessee, presented by Jinko Fishing. Use code LBL20 over there at jinkofishing.com to save on everything they got over there. This is the podcast for Monday, November the 10th, and we're kicking right along into this old fall, and it's deer season, and I could not be happier. Other than the fact, low lifers of all ages, that the farm that I've hunted for very many years in my life, I think this is the 32nd deer season. I'm 42, started down there when I was 10. My dad hunted down there before that. But the farm that we have leased, we lease it from a paper company like so many of y'all that hunt, because there's a lot of land available, and we've leased from the same folks forever. They decided they're going to start doing a little bit of logging this week. Muzzleloader season just opened, and they decided, you know what? These trees need to go right now. We're going to take this fella's money. We're going to pay for this land. Here you go, man. We appreciate your check that I paid back in May, and we just going to start cutting these trees. But it's like, to be fair, the second or third time it's happened over like a 32-year period. I get it. It's not my land. It's their land. They'll do whatever they want with it. But a little bit frustrating this week, to say the least. But we're deer hunting regardless, and sending it. Me and them boys. All right. So few things to talk about before we get to our guest here today. That Toyota Series Championship was just one of the highest paying championship events in the country. It's a fantastic opportunity for so many AAA fishermen, if you want to call it that. There's obviously a lot of touring pros that qualify for that. Mark McQuall runs one of the best tournament trails in the country, hands down there, and really good dude. Great tournament trail. One of those tournament trails that I wish I had more time to go poke around in, to be honest. Unfortunately, with my tournament work schedule, I don't have time. But anyways, championship is always something I pay close attention to every year because they pay 200 G's. Not a bad little week for you if you make it and are able to win that thing. Congrats to Roger Fitzpatrick, freaking legend from Lake of the Ozarks. His stats are unfreaking believable. He's been fishing since, I think, before Operation Bass even started. I don't even remember what it was called, but I think he won a tournament maybe that year back in the 90s. I don't know. Roger's a name. If you've competed out in that area, you definitely know. If you've kept up with the BFL All-Americans over the years, things like that, he's a dude. He is a dude. So congrats to Roger, but very interesting finish, to say the very least. Drew Gill started the event in 40th, climbs all the way up and ties Roger for the dub. Ties Roger for that $200,000 win. And the way MLF, FLW Toyota Series rules work, the first tiebreaker is your position in the standings from the day before. And then I believe second tiebreaker is heaviest single day catch. And Drew lost. Man, we don't see a lot of tiebreakers. Even as many tournaments are in the country. We did have one in MPFL. Luis Fernandez won a couple years ago out there on Lake Eufaula in the fall. Him and Will Harkins tied, and I believe the MPFL's is heaviest one day catch. And Lewis was able to edge him out. But what a way to go, dude. What a way to get beat. I am all for it. And they used to do this back in the day, and I understand why we don't before I say this. But hear me out. Fish off, man. 1 hour fish off, 2 hour fish off, whatever. Of course, it's dark, basically. You can't go back out after the weigh-in in the fall. I understand that. The days are getting shorter, but I think we ought to be teeing it up today. Drew versus Roger, maybe in the same boat. I don't know. Flip a coin. There's some entertainment value to that. Maybe the anglers would like that. Roger probably wouldn't. Drew probably would like the chance to go back out. Depends on which side of the coin you end up on. But I think if we have a tiebreaker, let's duke it out. Let's fish it out. Let's go race go-karts. Let's do something other than what's been in play for about 1 million years now. I do remember a Bassmaster Open Invitational, before they were called the Opens, way back in the day on Lake Martin that ended in a tie, and they did have a fish off. And there's probably been a couple more that I'm just not remembering right now as I ran about this, but it seems like Bassmaster used to do a fish off, that was a thing, and then they changed it over the years. But let's bring it back, dude, especially in a tournament for that kind of money. Like, imagine if the Classic ends in a tie. What? You're just flipping a coin? You're just going, oh, well, he had the heaviest one-day weight, he wins. No, let's go. Live coverage, let's duke it out. Hear me out. That's all I'm saying. And what a tournament for Drew Gill, and what a tournament for Roger Fitzpatrick. It was grimy. Y'all have heard it right here many times. Grand Lake sucks. I don't care if you're from there. I don't care if you got a lake house there. Grand Lake is not grand. It is absolutely one of the most overfished tournament lakes in the country. I'm sorry. It just is. And there are about 2 times a year that it fires on all cylinders, but it had been under a lot of tournament pressure because every trail out there that's regional to that area goes there for a championship. It gets pummeled, and by the time the Toyota Series rolled up, it was tough. I think they'd had BFL regionals, some local regional, whatever you want to call it, team tournament championship things. But Grand's tough, man. Grand is just a grinder. I don't ever look forward to following an event there. I'll just be honest. Sorry. If you're the mayor of Grove, Oklahoma, and you're a low-lifer, we can talk about it. We can talk about it on the show if you'd like to. But Grand, not so grand. And it was tough again, man. I think 41 pounds for 3 days. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. But another successful Toyota Series championship other than the freaking tie. Let's have a fish off. That's all I'm saying about that. Up next, I guess this is the last hurrah, the last event of 2025 in professional bass fishing, and this is a biggie. Lots on the line here. The Bassmaster EQ kicks off on Okeechobee, the finale down there. Who's going to take home the EQ Angler of the Year? And it's like 44 grand that comes with that. Who's going to make the Elite Series? How many boats are going to show up? Because supposedly not very many. We'll see. We'll see. If you don't have a chance, are you going to go? I've been talking about that since the inception of the EQs. How will this play out? I'm not sure, but lots of guys. The points race is tight in that Angler of the Year race. We heard Russ Lane talk about it a couple weeks ago. He would love to win it. Old Russ, as I like to give him crap about. But the great old hope Russ, the oldest one in the cut right now. But it's a very tight race. And we're going to talk with a young man that is in third. And when I say young, I mean young. We're going to talk to a young man that is 19 years old. He's in third place. He was leading the points in his EQ division until the last event, and he ended up finishing second in his opens division. Then he makes the EQs, and now he's in third place, almost a shoe-in at Okeechobee. Anything can happen, but he's got what he needs. He just got to finish, right? I've known this young man for a while now. I've known his dad even longer. His dad and I met fishing the Bassmaster Opens many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. Dad's a fantastic angler, and just never really pursued it beyond that to be a pro. It's all he wanted when he was younger, and then life happens, right? You have kids, you start working, he has his own business, and that's just how things go. You never know the path whenever you have a dream, right? And then enters his son, his oldest son, who has been bit by this bass fishing bug many, many years ago. He's 19, but I'm talking about way back. Starts fishing the junior stuff, starts doing good, starts climbing the ladder a little bit. And then all of a sudden, you just start hearing around Alabama, Fisher and I. They start fishing the ABT together, Fisher and I, Ryan and I. Start doing good. They win an ABT. They're always in the points race the last couple of years. They're around. He's won a lot of stuff in the high school ranks. But you start hearing this name. Last year he tells us he's going to go to the Opens. And, man, you start going, does he got it? That's a big endeavor. He's a kid. He just graduated high school. He's headed into the Bassmaster Opens. Can he do it? Proves to not be an issue whatsoever. He's been catching them. And now he finds himself right there on the doorstep to be what would be the third youngest to ever qualify for the Bassmaster Elite Series besides Trey McKinney and Bradley Roy back in the day. Amazing. What I don't find amazing is the criticism that these young anglers are getting from keyboard warriors in particular. And I know some of y'all are rolling your eyes like, oh, here he goes. He's going to talk about comments again. But what I don't understand, because I was one of those young guys. When I got into this, there were no young people fishing. Y'all have heard me say it if you've listened to the show a number of years. But there was no high school fishing. I was the youngest dude around always. Always. For years, I was the youngest guy. Whether that was at a BFL, at a team tournament with my dad, the club tournaments, the Bassmaster Opens when I was 19. Whatever. I was the young guy. And you know what? So many people that are in my life to this day that were older than me, that became mentors, that became friends, that are still friends to this day in the fishing world, they took me in, man. They thought it was cool. They embraced me back then. I would not be where I'm sitting today in life had it not been for some of the relationships I made when I was younger from people that were my heroes. A guy like Gerald Swindle, guys like Andy Morgan, Wesley Strader, and way too many to name, that were always kind to me, always willing to talk fishing, always willing to talk fishing business because I was very interested at it at a very young age. And I think it is a damn shame that we now live in a time where, and there's a lot of young anglers, we talk all of this nonsense about grow the sport, and now that high school and college fishing has reached this point where they're sending people to the top level of this sport more and more and more. Banks Shaw, the Nut Boys, Trey McKinney, now Fisher Anaya, and so many more waiting in the wings that are fantastic if you keep up with this sport in depth and you're a nerd about it like I am. There are lots of them, man. And I get so sick and tired of seeing the hate thrown their way. Daddy's money. Look, another one. It's another one. You damn right. They got family support. They got family support. It's okay. It's okay. If your mom and dad didn't do that for you, didn't have the means to do that for you, I am sorry about that. But don't take it out on the kid. Don't take it out on the kid. Just and I get it's completely easy to do that, faceless and nameless, pounding on your keyboard, eating Cheetos. I understand that. But man, what they're doing is remarkable. If you look at it, what Trey McKinney has done on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and I know that there have been things around that, but what he has done is nothing short of incredible. Nothing short of incredible. Kind of like when Jacob Wheeler burst onto the scene at a young age. Like Kevin Van Dam was another one. It's incredible that they have this opportunity in front of them for the taking at 19 years old. And I'm just going to tell you, I'll end this rant with this. A, if you won't say it to their face, don't say it in print on the internet because you look stupid. There are human beings attached to the other side of that, right? The article you're commenting on, the picture, the post, it's a kid, dude. If you wouldn't say it to his face, you wouldn't say it to his daddy's face, don't say it. Don't say it. And also, don't let your jealousy eat you alive. That a young man could probably come and kick the lights out of you in any bass fishing format that you want. Scope, no scope, whatever. I mean, we've heard it endlessly. Yeah, they're great at live scope. They grew up with it. What's my excuse? I've had live scope longer than Fisher and I. A lot longer. What's my excuse? What's your excuse? We had everything at our fingertips before they did. The means to do it. I work hard. I make a living. I can buy my own stuff, right? What's my excuse? What's my excuse? And so don't let your jealousy eat you alive and make you look like a clown on the internet because you look like a clown. And that's a broad stroke. But there are a lot of y'all that look like clowns. And we live in an interesting time. Get ready. Saddle up. There's more of them coming. A lot more of them. And they do have more time than you and I do at our age because they don't have the restrictions. They don't have the things tying them down that we do. And guess what? By God, when I was 19, I didn't either, baby. And I would go fishing as much as I could. I'd win a little bit on a Tuesday nighter to pay my gas for the rest of the week. I've seen me do it. And these guys are just taking advantage of a world where there are more tournaments for them to compete in that pay better at all levels now. Okay. They're taking advantage of the technology and they're taking advantage of the fact that they do have a support system. But I want you to get to know Fisher and I a little bit today. He shared his time with us before he headed off to Okeechobee. As you're listening to this, he's practicing and he's trying to become the third youngest to ever make the Bassmaster Elite Series as a kid. And I'm going to call him out. He's about to turn 20, but he's a kid. And because I got kids that age, you know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, third place in the Bassmaster EQs, Fisher Anaya. All right, as promised, here he is. He's the youngest of the young guns. He probably gets tired of hearing that a little bit, but you know what? If the shoe fits, you got to wear it, son. Fisher Anaya, welcome to Low Budget Live, buddy.
Well, I appreciate you having me on here.
Man, I've been looking forward to it. I've been knowing you a minute, been knowing your dad a long dadgum time, and man, I've stood on that ABT stage with you. I know what this life means to you, and you're this close to what you call a lifelong dream. And man, it don't matter how old you are, you can still dream your whole life about getting to the top level of whatever you're trying to do. Man, you're almost there.
I'm a fingernail length away. I mean, hopefully this next one goes good so I can just like breeze in there with no problem. I don't want to be sweating it out.
Man, you're in third place and really there's more on the line than just just the elite berth, I mean, that Angler of the Year title in those EQs, A, is not easy to win, but B, comes with a pretty good prize. And man, you're still, that ain't a long shot. I mean, I know you got the elites on the brain, but dude, that EQ AOI would be pretty nice too.
I think it's like 45 grand. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd throw it in the pocket and go on. I mean, I'm going to swing for it. I ain't going to go down there for just a mediocre finish. I'm going to go and try to win. So we'll see.
Now, I know you had said you'd never been there and you didn't get to pre-fish. So this will be your first time seeing Okeechobee?
Yep.
And I know you got a lot of grass fishing experience too, though. So grass and you're very well rounded. You've seen a lot of different curveballs this year. I feel like all over the country. So I think you'll be prepared for about anything you'll see down there.
Hopefully so. Yeah, we went all over the place this year. I mean, if it's from TVA to Norfolk, I don't even know what you consider Norfolk. It just looked
a flooded mess.
Yeah, it was like we got there and I was like, oh, it's low, and they're like, this ain't low, like this is normal. That the water line up there is high, and I'm thinking, oh Jesus. And we left, and it was like from where I was catching them was 2 foot the first in practice, and then it went to 6 foot for the first day of the tournament, and then by the time we left, I bet it was 12 to 15.
Unbelievable. And that was one of those that got canceled, a little bit of shortened. That one division was, y'all were plagued, man, with some terrible weather.
Yeah, it's bad. Like I think we had one full tournament all year.
Unbelievable, man. And listen, you got to be able to catch them though, even in those shortened events. I mean, I know some guys were frustrated about that, but that just makes it harder, in my opinion, to be consistent, right? Like, I mean, you can get lucky one day, but man, to be consistent for 4 events, even when they're shortened, and that's what you did. I mean, you were leading the points going in, you're right there. Slipped a little bit in the last one. I say slipped, but you didn't win the points. So they got revenge coming in those EQs, I feel like, for this last tournament.
Oh yeah, I want to win it. That last one, I think I lost by like 2 points or whatever, and I was like, son of a gun. Yeah, heck, you didn't even get much, nothing for it. So it's like that'd be the one to lose. Now this one's the one to win.
Yeah, you don't want to lose this next one, buddy. I would compare that last tournament. I mean, it's like Neely Henry for you in Alabama Bass Trail. Does that bring up some?
That was rough. I don't even. I got no comment for Neely. That place got my number, and hey, we got to go there in the 100s this year. So
I know.
Better win the other 2, so we do all right.
Were y'all leading the points 2 years in a row going into Neely? I can't remember. Y'all were right there. I know you were leading it 1 year in Neely, and you said, you're like, this place hates me. I hate it. It sucks.
It was yeah, I think that 1 year it was us and Ben, and it was really the only 2 that had it. And we bonded and just was like, here, y'all have it, basically. Just basically handed them the AOI.
Yeah, Justin Bussey and Ben Webb that year, they never finished below 18th, I believe. They were rocking and rolling for sure. But man, what's the overall experience been like? Because I mean, we got to talk about this. You know, I feel like Bassmaster did an article about you this week. And of course, the folks come out of the woodwork about another young guy. They can't. It's a bizarre thing, man. I've talked about it on the show a lot. It's weird to me that a lot of grown adults have such a problem with the youth that's in bass fishing right now. And you know, they say grow the sport, grow the sport, grow the sport. We have high school, junior events, high school events, college events. But now that there is such a massive youth movement, there are a lot of people that have a major problem with it. And I don't understand that, man. But Bassmaster did this article on you. And I need people to understand. Fisher Anaya, 19 years old. You're about to turn 20, right?
I turned 20 on November 20th.
So you have an opportunity to be the third. I believe that you would be the third youngest to ever qualify for the elites. But you just graduated high school last year, correct?
Shoot,
was it last year?
I think it's the year before last. No,
okay. No, I think it was last year. I thought it was last year.
Don't get me to line. I couldn't tell you when I really don't.
That tells me that I will say this. I don't have a problem with youth, but I got a problem that you don't know when you graduate high school because you've been fishing too dang much. I'm just going to say that right now. You've been fishing too much. You don't even know when you graduate high school, son. Come on now.
It's back. They gave me my, I think it's like the ACT test scores or whatever it is back. And Riley was sitting there. I walked back and she's like, well, what'd you do? And I was like, I made a 12. And she was like, Fisher, you get 11 for writing your name down.
You said, I don't need it. What do I need it for?
I was like, it is what it is. It's all good.
You said, I'm going to flip, frog, shake 'em in her. That's what I'm trying to do to make a living, darling.
She got to laugh and she's like, that's awful. You should redo it. And I said, if I redo it, heck, I might make an 11.
Yeah. Don't redo it. I think the ACT, man, I'm glad that those 3 letters don't have anything to do with me ever again. My oldest son, he's 18. He's going through that right now. And I'm like, man, I'm not envious of that in the least, but let's kind of talk for the folks that don't know you like I do and are getting to know you. When did this dream start? I mean, obviously you're a young man, but you fished junior Bassmaster stuff. You were all over the high school ranks, man, in Alabama, fishing MLF stuff, fishing Bassmaster stuff. But when did this decision to, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want to put everything into, happen for you? What age was that?
Oh, dude, far back as I can remember, honestly. I remember going and working for Dad at the sod farm, mowing those giant fields when I was probably 10. And I was like, I don't want to work and do this crap. I fish and I'm good. I like fishing. It's something I enjoy and I can make money at it. So why not try to do that?
That's amazing, man. Yeah. So your dad's been in landscape. He's done a little bit of everything. And you said, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing what old Papa Ryan's doing.
Heck no, he gets out there and works daylight to dark and comes in. And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'll just go fishing.
Man, that is that's amazing. And I know your dad, a lot can be said for support systems, obviously. And I think that's a lot of the negativity that people say, man, oh, this guy, they got dad's credit card and they got this and they got that. I need people to understand that this is not necessarily a silver spoon situation, right? I mean, your folks work very hard. Ryan and I is a very hardworking dude that loves his children and he loves bass fishing. I think that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think people really understand the fact that he bought my first boat, got me going. He got my second boat. And I was still in high school and I was in 7th grade. So how people expect me to afford a boat when I'm in 7th grade, I have no idea. But got that. He bought my second boat, and I was still in high school when I had that. But heck, I mean, since my 10th grade year, I bought my last year's boat, and heck, I just pulled my brand new one in the shop. I bought, last year's boat, and I just pulled my brand new one in the shop 5 minutes ago.
That's awesome, man. Well, I know you've been working at it, and look, I think people get too hung up on, and it's jealousy, Fisher. I think you know that. I mean, I can say it. You don't necessarily have to say it. I can say it. I think it's jealousy. People get very, very put out by the fact that they might not have had a similar path in life. And man, I would tell anybody, if you want something, go get it. I don't care if you're 50 or 5. Exactly. Go get it. Go figure it out. And man, you've done that. You've been given the tools. You've got a support system. I've been at those ABTs. I see your family there. I see Riley, your girlfriend there. I know what it means to them to see you succeed. But I also know, and I've said this on this show many times about the young guys in the sport, I know you put the work in. You could easily not do what you do to put in the hours on the water to be as competitive as you are.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could be like most teenagers, and I could go drink, party through the weekdays, and then tournament gets here on Saturday. I might practice a little bit Friday night, whatever, go fish, and you wonder why you don't catch them and why you can't, and why you're not competing. It's like, it's hard to beat somebody. Just take like me, for example. Heck, if we got an ABT on Wheeler, I'm going to practice the week before it goes off limits, and I'm going to be there at daylight, and I'm going to be there till dark on official practice session.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and man. It's what it takes. You can't be lazy in this sport. It's every day you got to learn something new and figure something out, because it ain't like you go out there and shake your minnow and they're going to be in the same spot, set the same everything. I mean, they going to move around.
Yeah. It's not they don't jump in the boat with life scope, dude. I thought life scope, they just jump in the boat. I think that's what people say all the time, Fisher. I thought it was just easy. You just go out there and you just throw it. Every one of them you see and they bite.
I'll let them keep thinking that. And they can think all they want to until they go try it.
They can think all they want to, and you can keep taking their dang money. That's what I say on that. Well, man, Let's talk about this, the seriousness of what you're staring down here. The Bassmaster Elite Series is a dream for obviously hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of anglers every year. Only a select few even attempted in the opens. You made the decision. This is your first year. I need everybody to understand that too. He's not tried this open thing. He was kind of on the fence last year at the end of the ABT season. I know we talked about it a little bit there at Gunnersville after you and your dad won that season finale there, about what's next, what's the next step. And you decided to go in. And I know in an article I read this week, you guys are close with Gerald Swindle, like I am. He and your dad go way, way back. They've been team tournament partners. They've traveled together. And matter of fact, the first time I ever met your dad was with Gerald when I was fishing the opens when I was like 19. It was the first time I ever met Ryan and I. So known Ryan a long time. And man, he knows what this life takes. He knows that it's not easy. And I know they warned you, hey, don't jump in before you're ready. But y'all made the decision that this year was the year. And man, now you're staring at it. You're right here. What would it mean if you can punch your ticket to the Bassmaster Elites next week?
I mean, words really can't bring it into like proportion. And it's not even for like money or status to say you're on the elites. It's just something like, it's cool to be able to watch yourself on television, or it's got people that's calling you saying, hey, we're watching you live on Fox Sport. Like, it's really like fans, and just to try to win a blue trophy, you get to fish against guys that's been doing it for, numerous of years. And it's crazy. To be 19 and there's guys in there that's in their 60s and 70s, like, it just shows how stout the competition is for a guy to be in it from when he's 19, 20 years old all the way till he's 70.
Yeah, man. And look, used to, I think that we would have thought a young guy coming in like a Bradley Roy, you got to earn your stripes. You got to get there. But now with this precedent that Trey McKinney has set, who was not much older than you when he qualified, I mean, he got some of them trophies pretty quick, Fisher. No pressure at all. We got to qualify first. I'm not trying to jump the gun, but we're close.
We're close as you can get. So I'm gonna go sling around, and if it's my time, it's my time.
We ain't close enough.
There's guest appearance right here on Low Budget Live from Mr. Ryan and I. Hey, Ryan,
yes,
what will it mean for old Dad if this knothead right here gets it done next week? Makes the Elite Series, stamps it.
It'd be awesome, dude. I mean, he's had a lifelong dream. I know his life's not been that long like mine and yours. We're getting old, but it'd be crazy at 19 to accomplish that.
No doubt about it, man. That's what we were just talking about is when I was 19 when I met you, you were with Gerald fishing the Southern Opens. I believe it was the first year of the Opens, and I met you then, and you've pursued this, man. And I asked you this question on the Alabama Bass Trail stage, what it meant to you to see Fisher's dreams coming true, and you guys just barely missed winning the ABT championship together, and what could be one of your last team tournaments there together for a while in the regular ABTs. Y'all can still fish the 100s, obviously. And you said, man, my dream was the same dream, and my life took a different path, and now he's getting that opportunity. And man, I've just felt that emotion from y'all when you won at Gunnersville a couple years ago. I felt that. I just know what it means to you, man. And that's one of the main reasons I want to share this story today with everybody is it's real easy to get on Facebook. You see a young guy. I mean, it's not easy for me because I think people are really dumb that do this, but it's easy for some to go, Daddy's money. There's another one of them young guys, man. They ain't earned anything. You know how hard that kid works.
Yeah, they have no clue. I mean, yes, some kids have better opportunities than others. And I really want to get on there and tell some of them, well, your parents just suck. How about that? But I did get him started in it, but it doesn't matter how much money I would pour into it. It's still up to him to make it. I can't make it for him. I can get him started in it. And like I said, and people don't know, like, he's got 3 rigs, 3 boats. Not 1, not 2, but 3. He paid cash for one of them, brand new. He's got 2 that he's financed. Daddy don't make them payments. He makes them payments. He makes the insurance payment. He pays all his entry fees. He does that because he wins money.
Yeah. No
And
doubt
he's
about it, man.
sponsors, and he's these sponsors. He's got some great sponsors on board.
Well, and I think, as a dad, it's you can give your kids the world, but it's what they do with it, right? I mean, there's a lot of spoiled kids in the world mine are spoiled. I think we all tend to take care of our kids to a level that our parents never were able to. We just live in a different time. But I think you see a lot of quote unquote kids that get given everything that don't have any work ethic.
No,
They don't back that up.
You could take 100 high school kids. I could adopt 100 kids, do the exact same thing, and I guarantee you they would be one or two of them make it.
That's
just life in anything, whether it be football, baseball, whatever.
That's it. That's it for sure. Well, you got a good one right there, and we're definitely pulling for him. Ain't no doubt about that.
I'm gonna get off here.
He's got to tighten up a little bit and win Angler of the Year. No big deal. He's got to tighten up a little bit down there at Okeechobee.
It's
5 points. No big deal.
In the ABT, much less this, but here we go. We're gonna try it.
Hey, no doubt about it. Thank you, buddy.
See you, man.
Appreciate you, Ryan. Ryan and I right there. Little guest appearance from Pops. Getting in there. Hey, he's trying to get some camera time, dude. He's trying to get a little camera time,
Everybody wants some fame.
Dad trying to get in there a little bit. He's got his TikTok going. I ain't even on TikTok anymore, but Ryan's got that TikTok going. Y'all follow it. It's Ryan and I fishing, I believe, or Anaya fishing, I think.
Thanks.
Maybe. Y'all go make sure you follow old Pops there. Give him some love. He's been chasing this boy around the country. The whole family going to Okeechobee, Fisher?
They would, but my little brother's a little bit of a hoodlum, so mom's got to stay.
Don't call the man out like that on a daggum podcast. Come on now, little bro. I got one of them little brothers too. They tough sometimes, man.
I guarantee you leave him here by himself. This house is brick. I guarantee it's burnt to the ground when you get back to that. Like, it will not be here.
Oh, me. That's amazing. Now, he was fishing a little bit, right? He was doing – I thought he did a little bit.
Hates it. He hates fishing. He hates hunting. I mean –
we got to talk to him then.
I tried. He don't got the patience for it. And he likes to play basketball, football, anything that involves running, fighting, working, stuff like that. He likes it. That's his.
Now I feel like you don't have any of that fighting gene in you. Am I wrong on that though? Do you get fired up ever?
Not really. I mean, I'm just kind of here. I just ease around, and just lay back. Ryder, complete different person. Ryder's got
he's more Kelly.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It don't take him up.
Oh, that's funny. I've got a rider in my house too, and he's he's just there. My youngest is rider. He's pretty even keel. I'm not gonna lie. He's not too high strung at all, man. He reminds me of your demeanor. I was gonna say, from what I've been around you, I don't see you getting shook unless you're out there on the water and you lose a big one. Maybe there's a different side of you in that, but I've never seen it.
It'll slip out occasionally. Like Champlain, I about lost my cool on the last day. I was out there. Last stop, I throw up here on this spot, hook one, 5-pounder, it pulls off. And I'm like just sitting there staring at the water, and it's so clear I can watch her swim all the way back over there. You got to be kidding me. Fix my bait back in there. She bites again. I lose her again. Fix my bait, throw in there again, reel her all the way to the boat, go to grab her, and she comes off again.
Oh, my gosh. But bit twice.
3 times.
3 times.
Oh, yeah. And I had to come apart. Like, I guarantee everybody over at the weigh-in heard me yelling.
Now, was that your first time at Champlain?
No, actually, that was at Leech.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was half these like Norfolk, first time I seen it. Leech, first time. Champlain, first time.
That's wild, man. And you, of course, you had experience on Wheeler. You top 10 there. And then you've got Okeechobee coming up. No experience. What's your Florida experience like overall, though? I can't remember. You been down there much at all?
Oh, I went one time to Harris Chain when I was young, and I didn't live scope then. I don't even know if we had it on the boat. I don't think we did. And we rode down there and just threw a speed worm and flipped pads, and it was fun. Like, they bit. I mean, we had the bites to win. I mean, like you'd hit them in them pads and they'd straighten your flipping hook like you finger. And I'm like, yeah, we lost.
Yeah. Yeah. They're the meanest bass in the world. I'm convinced. I mean, them big old, like John Cox told me one time, he said the hardest thing about big Florida bass, and he's caught more of them than I'll ever see in my life. He said that they're really, obviously they can fight, but he said their bone structure, and this was something I'd never thought about. He said, when them jokers, he said there's a lot of them are so old when they get 7+, even though their growing seasons a lot longer than ours, obviously around here. He said their bone structure, he said, dude, they're the hardest fish to keep a hook in you will ever hook. And he said it takes a special. He told me that I lost. We were at, I think I was at Harris for an FLW one time. And dude, I could not. It didn't matter what hook, what line, what rock. I couldn't keep them pegged. And it was like that around pads. And dude, you get him on and they're just, and you think, oh, well, I nailed him. And I flexing hooks like craziness. And I talked to John that evening. I'm like, dude, what am I doing something wrong? And he's like, man, I'm just telling you, there's just something about there. He said their bone structure. That was something that always has stuck out to me. They're just a different breed down there.
100%. It's something different because, like, I gave all my little might that I could give them. I was jerking. I went to a stiffer rod, everything like you could think under the sun. Mm-hmm. When I landed, I took a pink worm on a drop shot on 15-pound line on 15 liter and flipped it right in the pads. And I hooked her, and she swam straight out of the pads, and I grabbed her.
Of course. That's how it goes.
Something ain't adding up.
No, not at all. Man, let's talk about the potential for next year. I mean, I know you've got some sponsors on board now, or are there conversations about, if you make it, does it come with more support from sponsors? Are you already starting to kind of reach out to folks and say, hey, I'm Fisher Anaya, folks that you're not working with currently? Are you saying, hey, this is what's on tap for me potentially? Because this is my thing with the opens, and I've talked to many guys on this show about it, is it's one thing to qualify, but then you got to turn around and it's go time. You know what I mean? You got to vote, truck wraps. You got to get this sponsor deal together best you can before you hit the road. I mean, it's a very short turnaround. That's what I'm getting at. But have you started working on anything like that, or is it one of those trying not to count your chickens before they hatch?
Yeah, I've been reaching out to all the guys that I already have on board that was on board with me last year, just touching base, making sure some of them's out, some of them's back in, some of them want to do more. And it's all different, but I've got a couple new ones that did reach out and say, hey, if I do make the elites, they've got something coming my way. So it's kind of hit or miss. I've got some guys that's on board that said if I make the elites, there's going to be a big bonus next year. So we'll just see how it goes.
Well, that's awesome, man. And not try to dive too much into your business, but that's a huge part of it. I think that people don't realize, if you're not in it, is it's one thing to make it, but then whenever they go, congratulations, Fisher, here's your ticket to the Elite Series, then you got to figure out the next level. And I mean, and you're going against, and I think this is what spins people out sometimes, is you're going against, like you mentioned earlier, a lot of guys that have been doing it a long time. There's only 10 rookies essentially coming in every year. Maybe only 9 this year, because Russ Lane, he's like me, he's old as dirt, and he's been there and done that already. So he's not a true rookie going back in.
Yeah, it's gonna be a grind, and it's like you think once you'd make it, oh, it's gonna get cheaper, I'll get paid more. Like it gets more expensive by the year because everything, prices go up on everything. If it's fuel, a boat, a graph, it doesn't matter. And you just kind of got to keep going, and each year you got to hope your sponsors just kind of do a little bit more and do a little bit more, and just it is it's done got the social media. Please your sponsors, do what they like you to do, post for them, everything like that, make them happy. You make them happy, they'll take care of you.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think it's no longer can you just be a great angler on the water, and for years you could do that because social media didn't exist, and that was fine. A guy would put a logo on your chest, roll you out there, you stand up on stage, you hold up 2 big ones, and hey, man, you're getting a paycheck. But anymore with YouTube, with social media and the eyeballs that are out there all the time, you've really got to be a complete angler and business person to do this for a living. And there have been some great examples of that over the years. Obviously, I think Kevin Van Dam As fishermen, I think we can all agree that fish are more pressured than ever before. So why not give yourself an edge every time you hit the water with bait fuel? Marinate your soft plastics in it, put it on your spinnerbait skirts, put it on your jig skirts, and use the hard bait stick on your jerk baits and crankbaits to create that scent cloud that's going to drive those fish crazy. It was developed in a lab. It's been proven in the water over and over and over again that fish love bait fuel. Fuel every bite with bait fuel. And when you're out there on your next trip, don't deal with battery issues. You should be running Pro Guide batteries, some of the best batteries in the game. They've been in business over 40 years. They're not a fly-by-night company. They make some of the best AGM and lithium products you will find. And now their new charger line, you have no excuses whatsoever. They got you covered A to Z to make sure your days on the water are spent headache-free when it comes to batteries and chargers. ProGuideBatteries.com. You can use code LBL10 to save some money and let them know you are a low lifer. Big news from the folks over at Gill Fishing. Their website's changed. GillMarine.com/fishing. GillMarine.com is where you can find all things Gill apparel, like this Meridian hoodie. A lot of hoodies that have a face mask built in are annoying. I'm just going to say it. It gets all up in your beard. It's great when you need a face mask, but when you don't want to be walking around with a face mask all up in here. The Meridian comes with a removable face mask, one of the most genius designs I've seen in a minute. It's becoming one of my favorite hoodies, no doubt about it. Just like their rain suits, their boots, all their gear. Cold weather is here. Get over to gillmarine.com/fishing. Use code LBL20 to let them know you're a lowlifer and save 20% at gillmarine.com/fishing. And last but not least, baitworks.com, bait-wrx.com. It's where you can find that LOB power finesse jig, 3/0 trocar hook, finer than frog hair skirt material, and it is an absolute bass catcher. Don't just take my word for it. Get over there to Baitworks. Get you some. Use code Duncan-10. Duncan-10 is going to save you cash at checkout on everything at baitworks.com. Is obviously he's the GOAT for a lot of different reasons tournament-wise, but I think he was the complete guy even before social media, man. He busted his butt for sponsors. And then I think, in today's time, Jacob Wheeler is that. I think Jacob is just absolutely over the top how good he is with all things social media, with all things, he's got a camera guy with him, YouTube stuff. Dustin Connell's another one, man, and so many others that get it. So I'm glad that you understand that. I know you do. You've had a little bit of you've had some life advice sessions with Uncle G, I would say, like I have.
Some of them good, some of them bad. Like they some I should never repeat or do it in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all better you in a way.
No, I was going to say, I've probably got more of them that I can't repeat than ones I can, Fisher. I know them Gerald conversations.
It's bad. I went over there hunting with him one time. He let me come hunt. I was young. I was probably 15, 16. And
3 years ago, by the way. 3 years ago. You were real young.
Real young. And I fell asleep on the couch, and the son was going to put some Marlboro Reds in my pocket. And sent it to Mom, and I thought she was going to strangle me. He just giggled. He didn't even take up for me. He just left me for the bus.
he just let Miss Kelly just get on you, huh?
If you know my mom, you know how she is. It's not good.
No, I bet she didn't enjoy seeing her baby with a pack of cigs. I have no doubt. She thought, you're never going back around your dad's friend again.
Yeah, she said, you're done. Yeah, I don't care what you do. Who gave you those? I'm like, I don't know.
I've never heard that story. That is amazing. So Gerald Swindle sets you up for failure with your mom.
He wanted to go home and get chewed out.
Oh, that sounds about right. Listen, now he will set you up. Now, there's one thing for sure now is we can kick him in his knee. I mean, he's down bad right now, as y'all say. As the kids say, he is down bad. He's hobbling around a little bit. Had his old bow-legged self has had knee replacement this week. So he better watch pulling some stuff on you now.
He's gonna get another one in his other leg too. So and if I miss one leg, I just got to keep going and get the other one.
Exactly. Yeah, I did. He was telling me that, man. He's having both of them done. That's going to be. I think next year will be interesting for G for a lot of reasons, man. He's going to do both MPFL and elites again, and that's a lot. And he's like the bionic man at this point. He's been tore apart and put back together so many daggum times. He ain't going to notice a few new screws.
No, that's some guns built out of metal. He ain't got bones left in his body. He's just straight metal.
It is fact. He definitely creaks when he walks around. Ain't no doubt about it, man. How do you, man, you've had so much success this year in particular, definitely the last couple, but this year you got a big win, man. Toyotas are not easy to win. And that was a huge one for you on Kentucky Lake. And obviously that just puts you in the forefront, right? And the same as far as social media and press is concerned. But do you read comments? Do you deal with the negativity at all? Or do you just water off a duck's back, let it roll?
I'll read them and I'll just kind of laugh at all of them. I'm just like, that's nice. That's real nice of you to say. And I'll just go fishing again. Like, it doesn't really bother me. Riley, it bothers her a little bit. Mom, it bothers her. Like, they want to strangle her. I'm like, hey, we're good. We're fine. I did my part. They can comment all they want to comment. I'm just going to get up next morning and go fishing again.
That's a good way to look at it, man. I'd say stay out of the comment sections. It doesn't do you any good, and they seem to get worse all the time. People, it don't matter if it's about you, me, the president, some sports team, whatever. I feel like people, they're getting more and more comfortable being crazy in the comments. And I will say I love that approach. But I ask people when you're watching this, you got to realize not only are you impacting this young man potentially, he's going to let it roll on. He's got more bass to catch than you do. But listen to him talk about his family. Like, people are actual humans, right? Like, it might be a social media post, but there are human beings and families and lives attached to these things before you just go ham on some stupid comment you're making based off of an article you see. You know nothing about anything, and you're just like, oh, I'm mad today. I woke up in a bad mood.
It's crazy. Like, it'll be a grown man that's 60 years old that's just want to go in here and run his mouth. And it's like they like to fight. They want the attention.
No, they do want it. Yeah, that's what they're looking for sure. Looking for the attention. There's no doubt about it. This week, I told you that one of the reasons I was going to wait till Okeechobee was over. I've always kind of got a running list of guests I want to have on. I wanted to talk to you after Okeechobee, no matter how it shakes out down there. And then I saw that article this week, and I hadn't been on Facebook much, and I saw it, and I'm like, man, that's got a bunch of comments. And I thought, I was hoping that it would be good stuff. I'm like, dude, they're pulling for Fisher. They're pulling for my man. Here we go. And I click, and I'm like, oh boy, some of these folks need Jesus. They need something.
It's crazy. Like, you go to read them, you're like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. What is that? Read it, and I'm like, there's one, I'm going to point it out just because it's crazy. Is he said another fatal boat accident waiting to happen.
I commented on that one. I couldn't help it. I choked up on the bat. I had to get in there on that one. Yeah, and I wish I had that guy's name pulled up so we could talk about him right here. Yeah.
I'm like, and they got his picture. Like, he didn't have no fake account. Like, they got his picture.
No, I'll tell you what. I went as far, Fisher. As I clicked the fella's profile there. He's got a couple youngins. He's got, and I'm like, man, I can't imagine saying that. And I think I said something along the lines of, man, I see people that lose their mind in the comments every day. I think, man, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I said, then I see some that I hope that it's AI or a bot and not a real human. And I said, this is one of those times. Like, to tie that together, these boating fatalities that we've had are absolutely horrible. Okay. It's something we shouldn't make light of, period, in the story. And I think to just assume that because someone's young, they do not know how to operate their vessel is absurd to me. It's absurd, especially as much time as you spend on the water. But it's just, again, it's people that aren't comfortable in their own skin. They're not comfortable with their lives. And I had to get that way a long time ago, man. Doing this, I've seen a little bit of everything, buddy. I've seen everything from from crazy criticism to death threat. So I mean, over bass fishing podcast. So I think ignoring it for the most part is definitely the best. But I hate to even bring it up, man. But I wanted to ask you that because again, there's human beings behind these people that you're commenting, and there's humans on the other end doing the negativity. That's what's amazing to me. It's and kind of scary, right? Because you're like, man, these people are out here in the damn wild.
Yeah, it just shows the type of world we live in today. Like, you never know who you're talking to or what they're thinking or anything like that. So,
True,
I mean,
man.
you got to stay on your toes nowadays.
I do agree with that, man. I really in the last couple of years, I'm definitely in that mindset. Just with and what we've seen this year, the Charlie Kirk stuff, and I mean, there's a lot of crazy out there, buddy. It's a sad world, but unfortunately, it should not be like that in bass fishing. I'd like to remind everybody once again. This is a podcast about bass fishing for the most part, and we have a good time. We talk about bass fishing. Sometimes we step on some toes, I guess, with some of the opinions we have about stuff going on in bass fishing. But man, fishing's supposed to be a good time. I mean, it's in your name, fisher. You gotta love fishing.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of like, I mean, back in the day, everybody like, oh, I'm having a good time. I got off work to go bass fishing. Now it's like, oh, I got off work to go bass fishing. I dumped in, got in a fight with this old dude at the range, rode out, and then got in a fight with another guy, and then come in, got in a fight on social media. I'm like, all we're doing is catching fish. I'm not trying to fight nobody.
Yeah. You're like, man, I'm trying to stay in my lane, live the life that is my dream, and it's happening for me right now. And I'm sorry it upsets you, but man, why you gotta rain on my parade?
Exactly. It's insane. I mean, it's crazy how a grown man comment towards a kid. I mean, that's like me commenting on one of, like, when some guy's kid gets their driver's license at 16 and I comment fatal accident waiting to happen. It's like, I don't have the urge to say that to somebody.
Yeah, well, it's all faceless and nameless for the most part, right? You can type something, hit send, and you don't think you're ever going to have to run into somebody. But and what I found over the years, and the folks that listen to the show have heard me say that a lot of times it's I've had people make videos about me, different things on YouTube, and then they come up at the classic wanting a selfie or wanting you to film a video. And I'm like, what in the world? Huh? Hang on now. Because I will keep a receipt every now and then, Fisher and I'll keep a receipt. So I'm like an elephant. I don't forget. I don't forget much, buddy. Man, for folks that don't know a lot about you, obviously being a young guy, they're automatically going to assume that you love live scope, and you are fantastic with it. I have witnessed that firsthand. You're amazing with it. But talk about your fishing style. What do you like? Next year on the Elite Series, if you get it done next week, it's going to have some tournaments with forward facing, going to have some without. But talk about just your overall fishing style for the folks that don't know what you like to do.
I
kind
mean,
of what you grew up doing.
Right. If you would have asked me back like 8th grade, 9th grade, I didn't own a spinning rod. Like you ain't gonna catch me throwing no shaking head, no Ned rig, no drop shot. It ain't happening. I'm gonna go swim a jig, throw a frog, buzzer, skip docks. You name it, I was doing it. And now it's just got to the point, like, if you want to win money and you want to make a living at this, you got to do the finesse style thing. And it's super fun. Like, I enjoy watching them eat it. I like to see how they react. I like learning on them, everything like that. So, I mean, if you had to ask me today to go catch them at Okeechobee without live scope, I'm fine with it. I'll go down there. I'll reel a speed worm. I'll reel a buzzer. I'll flip. I enjoy doing it. I don't care I ain't got to have the scope to catch them, I don't feel like, but does it help? 100%. But if you don't got it, it's not life or death.
Yeah. So, and I knew that's kind of how and I wanted you to explain that to folks, because I know you like to punch mats, you like to frog, you like to get out there and crank offshore on Gunnersville and all the things. So a topwater on Smith, but you would be a fool, especially to be your age and come up in this environment where you have this amazing tool at your disposal to just discount it. And you've embraced it. And so many guys your age. And again, I think jealousy comes out in that a lot, because I'll promise you, I've had it on my boat longer than you have. And I promise you a lot better at it than I'll ever be.
No, it's almost like asking someone in like a car manufacturer, I want you to hand build this car. and you're going to produce 4 a year, and that's what you got to make a living on, or are you going to upgrade with the technology? You're going to get a computer, a robot to build it so you can put 500,000 out in a year and make more money than you could imagine. You'd be stupid not to take the option that does it faster, more efficient, make more money. Like, it's all coming down to that. Like, you got to rely on your stuff that you got. That while you can use it, you better use it.
I agree with you. And who knows what day could be coming. We don't know with the sport. I mean, there are lots of trails like the MPFL, the Bandit. We see team tournaments doing that now. Bass is certainly limiting it. You see it on the MLF side of the fence, but like you said, man, it's at our disposal. I think if you're in a tournament that allows it, you better be using it. You better be at least making sure that ain't the deal this week. That's for sure.
That's seems to be what it's came down to. Me and a buddy's actually getting into dual threats.
Okay.
We're going to fish those if we make the elites because they hit on the open date. So if we can both make the elites, he's actually here tonight. We're going to jump in those and fish. And that guy's, he seems really cool. Like, I called him and he's like, I know who you are. You're a good kid. He's like, you're in if you want to be in. And he said, show up looking like a spaceship. I could care less. He said, that's go do it. He's like, I don't care if Keith Poche jumps logs and getting pond dance. That's what he likes to do. Go do it. I'm like, I like the way you think.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, who is your potential team tournament partner on that, and who's you going to run around with on the elites? Who's there at the house?
His name's Jace Lindsay. He's from East Texas. I met him to a buddy of mine that's from Texas, and run into him at Leach. He didn't have no one to stay with in the EQs, and I was like, and I reached out. I was like, hey, you want to run? He's like, sure, why not? Let's do it. And we've actually become pretty good friends over the past few months.
That was going to be another question I had for you before we ended was do you have that mapped out? So Jace, where's Jace at in the points right now?
He's in 6th.
Okay. Right on, man. That's awesome. And now, how old is Jace?
I think he's 22, 23.
All right. Well, you tell Jace I owe him a podcast. We'll have to get him on here if he makes the elites. We'll have to talk to him. I don't know Jace, but my apologies to him on not knowing him as well. Man, there's too many of y'all that are catching bass. My old self can't keep up these days.
It seems like each day there's somebody else coming up that's like, hey, he could be the next big thing, or he could be the next.
They stacked up, man. I loved. I had Russ Lane on a couple weeks ago, and they had done a similar article like they did with you on him, and called him the Great Old Hope because he's the oldest in the field by a long shot, And I was giving him a hard time about that. He's like, "Yeah, man, I look around and man, I'm old enough to be all these guys' dads for sure." I loved it, man. It's good to see, man. It's good to see. And dude, I wish you the best of luck down there. I'm pulling for you. I appreciate the time. And next time we'll get together and do one of these on the back porch right there in person. I think that'd be even more fun.
We'll do it.
We might even give Dad some airtime again. We'll think about it.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, taking the time.
No doubt, man. Tell everybody real quick, where can they find you on social media if they're not following you already?
My Instagram's Fisher is Fishing. YouTube's Fisher is Fishing. I think my Facebook's just Fisher and I. So pretty simple, pretty easy.
Yeah, easy to find, easy to remember. Y'all go look him up and keep up with him next week. Fisher and I, this close to the Bassmaster Elite Series. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. See ya.
That's all she wrote with Fisher and I right there. Wish him the best of luck this week on his endeavor to make the Bassmaster Elite Series. The journey, as we talked about there, it doesn't end when you make it. It just starts, right? Like, that's when you got to start figuring things out. That is a huge step. You start standing shoulder to shoulder with the greats of this sport. You got to figure it out, And so far, every test he's been handed, he has passed. And we shall see. So wish him the best of luck, man. It's a good young man right there. Big old personality. You're going to be hearing more and more from him, I feel like. And I really appreciate him taking time. He could have been rigging tackle instead. He spent a little bit of time with us here on LBL. Thank y'all. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you tell all your friends about Low Budget Live if you like it. If not, don't tell them anything, Keep your mouth shut. I appreciate y'all. Going to take y'all out some Biloxi Blues, and I will see y'all next time. See you.
Couldn't make it last. Spanish moss and Civil War ghosts. Well, I'm gonna leave them in the past. direction, Lord, I'll be fine. It don't matter east or west, north, south, wherever the wind blows, I'm leaving those burdens at rest. This highway, it does not know my name, and I don't care, no, I don't care. Heading my way for another place, and I got 3 good tires and a spare. Just a while